We in the house, y'all. All right, family. Black power is the truth hour. With General Sarasun said he kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to not only the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, giving you nothing but black power, black divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. Link for the membership right down in the video description is in the chat. All you had to do was just click it. You get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join, even if you don't. I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasun Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website up on Teachable, upload a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse programs, certificate courses. First one up, 25 steps to the redemption of definitive black manhood, designed by the General, strictly for the brothers. It's an amazing, amazing course. Get a preview just by clicking that link right there in the chat. Also included the Brotherhood of Heru Roundtable live stream, where the brothers meet once a week discussing very vital, important, powerful information pertinent to our growth and development. Get over there, family, check it out. Get a preview of the course, become a brother, become a member today. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasun Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. I know you're going to like and love. Get over there, check out that catalog, get a discount, shop and save and shop. Everybody know the General got the pop in his page on Patreon. We got that file Patreon dropping today. That's right. I keep pushing it, but I'm pushing it. Electric melanin and the explosive black mind is coming. It's stacked with information. Believe it. I don't got to hesitate. We already got over 500 up there. You see what I'm saying? When you drop in classics, you understand what I'm saying? You got to have everything in alignment. And so it's dropping today. We also got the Tarek and Sobet, Ta Wayret. You see the goddess and god of chaos, black chaos, the primeval abyss. I want you to get on over there, get that work. And we got the Ishmael jump off for all the Muslims out there. Just don't believe the truth when it's in their face. You're gonna believe it today, good brothers. Y'all gonna believe it today. It's gonna be time to roll them damn prayer rugs up and put them mugs on up in the attic. It's gonna be time to roll them up, family. That's right. And to all the family out there, donate to the General. I thank you, appreciate you. Those would like to donate, the link is in the chat. Appreciate you much. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels. King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Family, I got some fire for you. You know I had to come back. I know you're out there and you're trying to figure out all the ways to prove the mothership. I know you niggas, y'all love the mothership. Y'all love the fanciful, ideals of the mothership that is some great, powerful warship up in the sky. You say the Anunnaki coming back. I had to ask the way. I mean, these stories is so aligned. You had to ask yourself, well, goddamn, is Elijah Muhammad or Anunnaki? And a lot of people, I don't want you to take it because this is we being real. These stories are all in alignment. They're all in alignment. And when they speak to these Anunnaki, they speak to them as being gods. Ain't the black man God, right? The black man is God. So I don't want nobody to say, well, Seti, you just being, no. Let's talk about it then. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of people say the Anunnaki look like us. They look like us. They look like Black Americans. Yeah. Yeah. Goddamn. Just look like us. Okay. Look like us. And so, ain't Elijah Muhammad a black American? Is he a black American? I thought he was a black American. And so if they didn't, and he up there on a ship, and they say they're coming back in ships. So I mean, and they say it's over how many thousands of little ships in this one big ship. You got thousands of little ships in this one big ship. You see, so yeah, these two stories is almost in alignment. They damn near in alignment. What y'all think out there, family? Is this damn stories in alignment? Is Elijah Muhammad, with all due respect, Anunnaki? Come on, drop facts on me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me know. Say Anunnaki. Say Anunnaki. I like that. Yeah, yeah. Anunnaki. Yeah. No, it's the knock is in there. It could be used as the knock too. Because the knock is dragon, is serpent. Yeah, that's the same thing. It's still the Anunnaki. You see, Anunaga is the same thing. Knock in Thailand is serpent, is the dragon. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Anunaga and Anunnaki is the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, say, yeah. So yeah, we want y'all, we want you to, so we want everybody to get your space, get your under rules, your lost in space under rules on, and get your flashlight. We going up, family. We going up, and got some video for you. But we got to ask this question, man, because I mean, it's like we continue to yeah, we continue to breathe life into these stories, and and I believe it's something that's it's like almost a psyop being run on our people, you see, that causes us to that's right, it causes us to breathe life into what and for most people is a worn out concept. I personally, in all due motherfucking respect, you feel me? All due respect, and let it be known. Don't got to kiss nobody ass. It's just, I have no belief in none of that. Because now you say get out of belief, and then you take a nigga right back to belief. You want to come, you want to drop substantial scientific facts. That's what you want to talk. You want to talk about how many miles around the circumference of the earth, and hold up, circumference of the earth and shit and all of this. But then you take me right back. You make me believe that you about reality. You make me believe what Khaled did say, but Khaled but see, the thing is, I understand that Khaled was in between worlds. Yes, he did teach those things. You see what I'm saying? But Khaled know good and well reality was sinking in. He still taught, from the teachings of ancient Egypt, which they did not do. You see, so Khaled was in between worlds, and he was in between worlds. He was in between worlds, and I'm quite sure over a course of time, we love brother Khalid Abdul Muhammad. Ain't gonna say nothing bad about him. You know what I'm saying? And that just like my uncle. He was into again the Islam, the nation, and I loved the man. I did. I loved him dearly. You understand what I'm saying? Like a father to me. When he passed, man, I almost collapsed. I couldn't. That's how much love I have for the brother. But at the same time, I had outgrown. What what was being. But I respected him because no matter what, he was still a stand-up brother. You feel me? He was an astounding brother, and so I respected him. You know what I'm saying? No matter what people believe, at the end of the day, you got to judge a person by how they relate with you and the family. And he related, and he showed love. He came around and he made sure that he was in good spirits. We was in good spirits when we saw him and things of that nature. So out of respect for him, I never even debated him. I never talked with him. He knew what I was studying. He knew that I came up under the Islamic fold. But once I started, I had reservations of it on my own. You feel me? I was always an avid reader. So even before my uncle, I was already into books. I had all that. Studying has always been my number one love. You see, as far as habits and hobbies and things of that nature. So while other people might play football or basketball, and I did that, but that wasn't my number one hobby. You see what I'm saying? So, I always was in the, so by the time I got to studying, getting off into my uncle's his library, he was the first one that I knew of with a conscious library. This is long before the conscious community was even out. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of them books that went over into the African-centered conscious liberation movement. A lot of them, the brothers was reading already. They already was there. Some of them was already there. So, I was picking out some of the books and things of that nature. But I had already a strong historical foundation. And I had a lot of reservations with that, with what they were saying even before I even got off into the movement for real. I say, wow, this is, but the black man is God. I respected that. I didn't gravitate away from that. But all this other shit about all this 66 trillion fucking years and blowing the earth in half and flying through the air on donuts and shit, and you know what I'm saying, mechanical donuts and all this shit, and frisbees and shit. I ain't with that. Yeah, I ain't with that. I'm just being 100. I had reservations with that. And the thing is, that's why I gravitated more towards Malcolm X, because Malcolm X really was teaching politics and nationalism. And he didn't, he kind of left, and we already know what the 24 scientists is. And that's, that could be the great year too. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about the 24 scientists, you're also talking about the great year. When you start talking about the Uyghurs, and again, that's how I understood the. Let me look that up too. Uyghurs, Hinduism. Let me see how long with the whole Uyghur, the complete Uyghur cycle is. I had to get off in. The Uyghur cycle is each year lasts for 4,000. Each cycle lasts for 4,000. So it's 12,000 years. You see, so see again right there is 12,000 years. The complete Yuga cycle. You see, so you talking about 2 times around, it's 24,000 years. You see, wait a minute. Now let me, as you do, wait a minute. Let me see something. No, that's not true, because I can see you in each cycle lasts for 4. Okay, and repeat for you, boo, boo, boo. As you go through the yuga, each yuga live in humanity more cycle, you want 4 of them. The yuga that lasts is 400,000. And believe the star. Okay. So yeah, that's into that yuga, which is the Hindu cycle. So, it's a variation in there. Yeah, yeah. You had to get off it. That's Hinduism. Telling you what it is. You see? But see, people don't know how, Madame Blavatsky, she updated Hinduism. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, she went in there and she read just like they did Egyptology. You see what I'm saying? She took a lot of that Hinduism and incorporated it in theosophy. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of them cats over there, real talk, a lot of them Hindu motherfuckers over there, do you know they really came into Hinduism? Because everybody over there, just like anywhere in the world, is not practicing. They over there, but everybody is not practicing. Okay, just like everybody over here is not a practicing Christian. So a lot of them motherfuckers over there were introduced into Hinduism or the tenets of Hinduism by Madame Blavatsky in the theosophy. They came in by way of theosophy. You see, so you had to understand that. You see, you had to understand that. And so, and so a lot of these cats over here, they have intertwined, a lot of these cats were theosophists, real talk. A lot of them was theosophists. A lot of these, that was their way of, a lot of what we call the East. It didn't come over here strictly Buddhism or Hinduism. It came over here through occultism. That was their first doorway into the East. Even the Sufism. You understand? Wasn't no Sufis in America, for real. Wasn't no Hindus or Buddhists wasn't no Muslims. You see? It wasn't really, you talking about earlier, but no movements. You feel me? Wasn't no real movements over here. So, a lot of what, people was introduced, of the East came by way of theosophy. You see, by theosophy is how they, they were, got their first, and so the Ahmadiyya Muslims, and we're going to get to that, is, and like I say, my uncle had a lot of that. He was in every sect. He had something on every sect of Islam. Ahmadiyya, the Orthodox over in the, because he went to Mecca, he went to Morocco. And so he had, he had the Muhammad Ali, he had the Yusuf Ali, Quran. I didn't see nothing, so different. You know what I'm saying? No, I didn't see nothing no different. You feel me? And so, but but I started to see books that I wasn't from, like, oh gee, Jesus died in India, the tomb of Jesus in India. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what? Because I was reading the Islam, and I'm thinking to myself, well, I didn't hear it in the Nation of Islam, but and I didn't read it. So I'm thinking to myself, well, what part of the game is this? Who is talking about Jesus died in India and things of that? And then later on, I found out the Ahmadiyya, and I was reading some of the books and the arguments and other book and things of that nature, and I say, okay, and the guy seemed to, this Ghulam guy, and who started it. He was a debater and things of that nature. And I say, okay. But then as I grew up and I started to look, Orthodox Islam look at the Ahmadiyya Muslims as like they outcasts. They don't treat them like they real Muslim, because this guy is talking about he's a prophet. He's saying he's some type of prophet. Now I know that he said he was the Mahdi, but he's also saying he's a prophet. Not just that he's the Mahdi, but they saying that he's the prophet. He's a prophet, and the prophet Muhammad is supposed to be the seal. You see what I'm saying? On prophets, it shouldn't be no more prophets. Now the Mahdi is one thing, but another prophet is something different, and that's my understanding or take on it. The fact that he claimed that he's a prophet is what got everybody mostly in the uproar, because there's a lot of people that could be identified as the Mahdi. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that say, Master, and I ain't going to, Farad Muhammad say he God. You see what I'm saying? He's God. You know, that's what they say. He's God. A white man on top of it. Fraud Muhammad. You know, but so, so when you start getting off into these variations, you got to understand there's variations in Islam. You see, and so this ship shit is most definitely a form of Hinduism. You know what I'm saying? Especially this attack shit. You know what I'm saying? They was already talking about that, and I showed y'all that. You see, I showed y'all that they, they was using the, and they even say that one of them cities over there in Harappa over there in India. I don't know what was it, Mohenjo-daro or Harappa, but they talking about they found some evidence of radiation. You know what I'm saying? On the level of like, damn, a nuclear, nuclear radiation and shit. They saying that way the blast was so heavy that it turns a lot of some of that rock over there into glass. And they say the only way that could have happened if the goddamn blast was on, Mohenjo-daro. So that shit was like fucking, had to be so goddamn hot. You know what I'm saying? A blast, you know what I'm saying? So hot. So they talking about that these ships, these venomers, of venomers and shit that they had in the Hindu sacred text was already talking about these ships that had nuclear bombs that could literally destroy the damn planet. You feel me? But check this out, family. Let me go on and drop this real quick. Let me go on and drop this in here real quick. Okay, let me see which one that is. Okay. Okay. Is that it? Here you go, right here. Here we go.
Message to the black man. Battle in the sky is near. The vision of Ezekiel's wheel in a wheel in the sky is true if carefully understood. There is a similar wheel in the sky today which very well answers the description of Ezekiel's vision. The likes of this wheel-like plane was never seen before. You cannot build one like it and get the same results. Your brains are limited. If you would make one to look like it, you could not get it up off the earth into outer space. The similar Ezekiel's wheel is a masterpiece of mechanics. Maybe I should not say the wheel is similar to Ezekiel's vision of a wheel, but that Ezekiel's vision has become a reality. His vision of the wheel included hints on the great wisdom of Almighty God Allah, that really He is the maker of the universe and reveals just where and how the decisive battle would take place in the sky. The originator and his people, the original black people, are supremely wise. The present wheel-shaped plane, known as the mother of planes, is 1/2 mile by a 1/2 mile and is the largest mechanical man-made object in the sky. It is a small human planet made for the purpose of destroying the present world of the enemies of Allah. The cost to build such a plane is staggering. The finest brains were used to build it. It is capable of staying in outer space 6 to 12 months at a time without coming into the Earth's gravity. It carried 1,500 bombing planes with most deadliest explosives, the type used in bringing up mountains on the Earth.
If he can do all that, goddammit, you need to start dropping them motherfuckers ASAP. Get to dropping, goddammit. Don't goddamn hesitate. Get on this shit. You feel me? Call, who got the number to the mothership? Goddammit, call me. Give me the number. I need the number ASAP. I need to call the mothership and tell them get to dropping, goddammit. Don't you hesitate not a goddamn day longer. You feel what I'm saying? Here we go, fam.
The same method is to be used in the destruction of this world. The bombs are equipped with motors, and the toughest of steel was used in making them. This steel drills and takes the bombs into the earth at a depth of 1 mile and is timed not to explode until it reaches 1 mile into the earth. This explosion produces a mountain 1 mile high. Not one bomb will fall into water. They will all fall on cities. As Ezekiel saw and heard in his vision of it.
Well, my question is, if you're just dropping them, y'all some destructive motherfuckers and shit. What cities is y'all dropping it on, though? Goddamn, is it anybody? Let me know what city it's gonna be, so we don't be in them cities. He say he gonna get to dropping them on cities. Y'all destructive in the motherfucker. I mean, goddamn, what y'all? So where y'all drop over in Europe? Where the fuck you dropping them and shit? I need to know because I don't want to be in that city. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I want to know. Yeah, let me know ahead of time. Y'all got a list? Nation of Islam, y'all got a list on what cities they're gonna be dropping in there? Because you goddamn, I mean, y'all just, it sounds like y'all gonna be bombing indiscriminately. You feel what I'm saying? Shit, you ain't gonna get this shit. Is y'all can black people get up out of this shit? I mean, why is y'all so destructive? Man, y'all supposed to have some shit like some goddamn mind control or some shit. Oh, you don't need to drop no bomb on Ukraine. That motherfucker ain't nothing standing over there. They done already blew that motherfucker up. Yeah, you ain't no sense of dropping it on Ukraine. Ukraine already ain't shit even standing over there no more. Yeah, let us know if the Nation of Islam got a list of the cities and shit that's gonna get bombed, so we know not to be in them cities. You feel me? Here we go, family.
Chapter 10:2. The plane is terrible. It is seen, but do not think of trying to attack it. That would be suicide. The small circular-made planes called flying saucers, which are so much talked of being seen, could be from this mother plane. This is only one of the things in store for the white man's evil world. Believe it or believe it not. This is to warn you and me to fly to our own God and people.
My man say I'm a Annunaki. Why you cut into the general like that, man? What you mad at me, man? No, because I asked you, yeah. You got the list on what city's gonna be bombed, Ahmed, since you sitting up there? Yeah, I mean, you might. Hey, it's all right, fam. You know, it's all good. Yeah. Drop them, goddammit. I'm with it. Start dropping. I'm with it. Hell yeah. Come on, mothership. Get to dropping. Don't you hold up. Shit, I want to believe too. Goddamn it. Goddamn it. Y'all say the Anunnaki is on the way. Goddamn it. I want to believe. You understand what I'm saying? Let me know when they show up. You know what I'm saying? Let me know when they show up. You goddamn it. I'm with the team. Goddamn it. You know, I'm with the goddamn team. Soon as you see them goddamn spaceships hit the fucking sky, I want y'all to call me up. Yeah, that was AI. What you talking about? The video? Yeah. Yeah, it was first, you know, when Obama dropped, you know, right? Plan, yeah. So you saying the United States got some of them? What you saying? So they dropping bunker busters. So yeah, they say the mothership gonna be dropping bunker busters. Yeah. Okay, so that's what they dropping, huh? And then that motherfucker raised mountains up. I like to see that. I want to see a motherfucker. I want to see somebody drop a bomb and a goddamn a mountain come up. Show me that shit. Cause every time I see a motherfucker drop a bomb, it leave a crater. It go in. It don't come up. You see what I'm saying? Do you feel what I'm saying? When I see a motherfucker drop a bomb, I see a goddamn a crater. You see, I don't see nothing come up out of that, you know, to raise up. Because again, man, see, you listen. Don't listen to me. Don't act like y'all talking to nobody stupid. You see what I'm saying? When you see mountains, how they come about is through volcanoes. Okay, the lava is shoot. Now, one thing about or Earth crashing into now, the Himalayas, they saying that India used to be a part of Africa, and that India broke off from Africa, and they say it floated. That's what they say over a course of probably what they say million. This is what they say, millions of years. Okay, it could be hundreds of millions, but most definitely tens of millions, 100 millions of years. And when it crashed into Asia, the force of the crash was so devastating that it forced the land. You know, when it came together, it forced both sides, India and Asia, the land just took, you know, through the crushing, rose up and created the tallest mountains on the planet. You see what I'm saying? But that for me, you know, it literally have to be some form of heat. You know what I'm saying? That shit got to be hot. Because in order for me, it got to be able, it got to be able to come together like that. You know, just crushing rocks together and shit like that, that don't make it a mountain. You feel what I'm saying? So when you see that lava coming up, you know, it had to been, you know, at the time of the mountains, the lava and the planet had to be so hot to where it was, you know, it was molten. You see what I'm saying? It was molten, and it you know, and it was as it shot up, you know, eventually it would cool off, but you know, that's the only way you gonna create some shit like that. I can't see, you know, and you can see when the, you know, the lava is shooting up, you know, and if it keeps shooting up, you know, depending on, and it keep piling up and piling up and piling up, that's, you know, but that's also theory, but it's a good theory because we can see it every day. If you watch you know, volcanoes and shit, and you can see land come from volcanoes. You see pressure, friction, and time. Indeed, you know, pressure, but yeah. But it got to be hot. That just like when they say that the earth broke away, the moon broke away from the earth. You feel what I'm saying? If it did, it had to been hot in order for it to spin into a perfect ball. But if it's hot, what the fuck? How is you standing on it? You know, they say this scientist blew the earth in half. Well, goddamn, how you gonna blow rock into two perfect balls? That shit got to be hot. You feel what I'm saying? And if it's hot, then in the course of spinning, If it's spinning, I could see it's again, turning into a ball. But I mean, ain't nothing gonna be alive on no goddamn hot ass rock. No hot ass ball like that. So it don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me. When I was in school, I'm not no scientist, but I know science. You see what I'm saying? I majored in damn science. You know what I'm saying? I majored in damn science, for a teacher. You know what I'm saying? Not a scientist per se, but being able to teach science. I didn't go all the way, but I took certain level classes of geology and shit like that. So I got a decent understanding of what that is, how it come about. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds logical when you're dealing with lava. You understand? Because like I say, you can see that process. How lava and make new land and shit. Now in the early stages of fucking when they say the earth was, just forming and shit, and we never seen that. It's still theory. We never seen it, but I mean, we have to try to conceive how that could happen. And that's the only way, when the earth was very chaotic and that shit was just shooting, you know what I'm saying? Up and then it's shooting high up in the air, you know what I'm saying? And eventually, it cools. Cause you're not gonna I don't give a fuck if you take two rocks and smash them together. That ain't gonna make them come together. It's gonna make them rubble. They're gonna. I can't see these mountains coming together without this planet being hot. You know what I'm saying? And lava, and then eventually, like they said, the steam and shit formed, and eventually it would start to rain and shit. And whatever, it creating the clouds, and eventually it started to rain, and it cooled this shit off. You see, it cooled it off, and where there was craters and shit, the water filled it in, and and whatever was hot and shit like the lava mountains and shit cooled it off, and that's what you get today. That's a hypothesis. You see what I'm saying? That's a hypothesis, a working hypothesis. But it beat a motherfucker dropping nuclear bombs on the planet, and it go down 6. They judging by how deep the fucking bomb go into the fucking ground. It raises up mountains. You see what I'm saying? You don't raise up no goddamn mountain dropping no bomb in there. Because if this shit not hot, how the fuck is you going, it don't make sense to me. It just don't. And so I don't give a fuck what you say. It don't make sense. Okay? And but Elijah Muhammad said there is, and they can drop them down, and they can do these types of things, and prove it to me. Science is to be proven. If you could show us how it's done, motherfucker, get to it. Other than that, I can't believe nothing like that. But anyway, we got one more before we get off of here. I want to get to it. We're gonna be dealing with Ron Hubbard, and the Scientology, and why the Nation of Islam is able to partner with a crazy synthetic Dianetics and shit. And it's crazy how much power the Scientology got, because them motherfuckers is filthy rich. And you could put some shit up on the internet, man. They got power, man. They'll try to, a lot of their shit, you can't even keep it up there long. You know what I'm saying? So, they got some back, some hands behind the curtain shit going on. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the Nation of Islam has partnered with in two birds of a feather. That's the only way they're going to walk together. They got to be two birds of a feather. And so we have to look at, why are they able to partner? What is it that they see? And, you know, and what is God needing of the devil? You understand? And we know what it is. We, you know what I'm saying? We understand the opposite, but they didn't taught us all this time that the white man is the devil. And then here y'all partner with the devil. And we like, well, what the fuck is going on here? You feel what I'm saying? What the fuck is going on here? So we most definitely gonna look into it right quick before we get up out of here. Yeah. The minister said he was done. Yeah, I know. He said he out of the game, huh? He didn't retire. I mean, Farrakhan is old, man. You know what I'm saying? He been doing this shit for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm quite sure, you know, he tired. Got to be tired. About time just kick on back. Get ready to go up on the mothership with Elijah. Say he turning me over to say he ain't got to turn me over to no goddamn body. I ain't in his round for him to turn me over. You know, he might be turning your ass over to Satan. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, he might be turning you over to Satan. Yeah. Yeah. Not me. Not me. No, sir. You see what I'm saying? I ain't even in that paradigm. Yeah. Yeah, I ain't even in that paradigm. Shit, yeah. Fuck Satan, and you understand what I'm saying? And goddamn Anunnakis. You understand? Fuck them all. You feel me? Ain't nothing but mythological characters in people's mind. I want y'all to come right back so we can get this last lesson for the night. You understand? The knowledge need to be spread. I'll be right back. Don't you go nowhere. Make sure you hit that link. Get over there to Patreon. I'm gonna get on the lessons first thing in the afternoon. That's a, you know, but you know, once I got to rolling on this topic, I couldn't let it go. So anyway, family, this is General Cyrod Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation, Black power.